Could you ever imagine the son of a $5 billion net worth family riding a bullet in his wedding procession? No, right? Well, Siddhartha Lal surprised everyone by doing so at his wedding in 2004. It wasn't a gimmick to attract attention, rather, it was a display of the 30-year-old's unrelenting love for biking. He was a customer first, owner second. Such was his dream, passion, and vision for the Indian biking culture that he overturned the decision of Eicher Motors to shut down its iconic bullet motorbike division, Royal Enfield, in 2000. Welcome to Upsurge.club, where we discuss interesting stories related to the public markets, and Eicher Motors definitely qualifies that list. Only a man with immense courage, irrational optimism, and self-belief would do that. Any rational man would have advocated a shutdown despite the bike's die-hard enthusiasm, since it had been facing several roadblocks at that time. Demand was low, with sales barely crossing 2,000 units a month against the production capacity of 6,000. There were several technical issues. Moreover, Royal Enfield revenues were an insignificant fraction as compared to the commercial vehicles division that Eicher was involved in. However, if it was not for the genius and conviction of Siddhartha Lal, Eicher Motors wouldn't have been the ultimate multi-bagger that it is today. In fact, if you'd have bought the shares of Eicher Motors at Rs 2 per share instead of a Royal Enfield bike costing Rs 60,000 in October 2001, you would have made around Rs 10 crore fortunes from a single company. It has a 10-year stock price CAGR of 27% and has given a return on equity of 22%. Today, it commands over 95% market share in the mid-size motorcycle segment, sold under the brand names Classic, Himalayan, and Bullet. It also enjoys an amazing international appeal, being sold in 60 plus countries across the world. What's even more interesting is that the Royal Enfield division dethroned the commercial vehicles division in terms of maximum revenue contribution at the product level at 88%. Today, their sales are constrained by capacity and not by consumer demand, as is evident by year-round waiting periods. Good problem to have, isn't it? What worked so well for Royal Enfield? How could Siddhartha Lal single-handedly lighten up the fortunes of this company? Let's discover. So the origins of Eicher Motors goes back to 1948, when it was founded as Good Earth Company for the distribution and service of imported tractors. They later merged with a German tractor company called Eicher Tractor Company in 1959, which led to the formation of the Eicher Tractor Corporation of India Private Limited. During these years, Eicher tried dabbling in various verticals like trucks, engines, and tractors, but failed to command leadership in any division. It was just a good family-run business. It was only in 1995 that they acquired the English motorcycle brand Enfield Motors, a move which would pave the good to great journey for Eicher. Though Enfield enjoyed a great legacy and cult followership back then as well, its unit economics was severely messed up. In fact, when the boat division considered shutting this division, Royal Enfield had already booked a loss of Rs 20 crores. However, it wasn't long before the young, bold third generation heir to the Eicher empire, Siddhartha Lal, took over, completely altering the course of the company. The turnaround started with disinvestment. As I said, Eicher had already dabbled in multiple verticals over the years, which had grown to 15 divisions by 2006. He had a hard choice to make, to be good at 15 things or being great at doing 2. He chose the latter. He wanted to get rid of the clutter and focus on promising businesses. It was a gutsy move to make. Back then, conglomerates viewed businesses as family jewels. It was a deadly sin to sell anything. But Lal sold almost everything. Not all was well with Royal Enfield either. The sales were hardly showing any signs of revival. Moreover, it ran an outdated tech and would break down quite often, requiring new engine, transmission, and enhanced reliability. On the other hand, Bullet buffs wanted Royal Enfield to retain the look and feel of the old generation bikes. So it was a battle between authenticity and laws of physics. A battle that Lal fought so well that he created an aspirational brand out of Royal Enfield. He not only changed the bikes, but also changed the way they were sold. From basic shops in local streets to state-of-the-art showrooms in posh localities. Eicher Motors had finally struck gold. Over the years, the company had also widened its product line to include, apart from the traditional Bullet, models such as Classic, Thunderbird, Desert Storm, and Continental GT. In the year 2010, they clocked a sales of 50,000 bikes, only to grow exponentially to 75,000 in 2011, 1.8 lakhs in 2013, and 3 lakhs in 2014. Meanwhile, he also spun off Eicher's truck business into a new company. He entered into a joint venture with Volvo and created VE Commercial Vehicles, with Eicher holding 54.4% share. Through Volvo's manufacturing expertise and Eicher Motors' distribution capabilities, this alliance also managed to create a world-class portfolio in medium and heavy trucks. Finally, the once dormant truck business was also up and running. In the first 3 years of the joint venture, volumes doubled from 24,000 to 48,000 units. Lal was conscious of the fact that he would not execute a turnaround strategy for trucks the way he did with bikes. This was because their product lines were limited. They wanted a dominant player, and a turnaround would require committing great capital and talent at the cost of bikes division. This tells us of his acute business understanding. Today, it accounts for over 30% market share in the domestic light and medium-duty truck segment. Moreover, as a result of Lal's intense focus on distribution, they could penetrate faster. Today, it enjoys a 1,800-plus dealer network across 1,550 cities. Its network has grown 3 times in the last 5 years. Besides his focus on enhancing physical touchpoints, Lal was an expert at establishing emotional touchpoints with consumers through his art of storytelling. The distinctive style and design of the bike connected well with customers. Also, their marketing play is quite interesting. Instead of going for traditional advertising, it has established clubs all across the country to conduct biking excursions. They weren't selling bikes, they were selling biking. It was this individuality that Royal Enfield exhibited that differentiated it from other players who were selling bikes as a commodity. This had several strategic advantages as well. They could command higher prices, spend less on marketing, and create barriers for entry, ultimately leading to bottom-line expansion. With upcoming product launches and a large untapped export opportunity, it could be interesting to see how Eicher performs. Truly, Lal's story stands as a remarkable case study of how a physical offering can be modernized and scaled without losing on its style and authenticity. A story of a man who defied all odds and went against the board to realize his vision for Indian biking. If you're also a bike lover and found this relatable, then your drill is to go like, share, and comment. Also, make sure to subscribe to Upsurge.club such that the algorithm works in our favor.